Wife cheating again. Hi all, today we planned for my wife to pick me up from work, about an hour away, so I could leave a vehicle there. Said she would be there at 5 p.m. I checked her location, find my phone around 4:30 to see how much time I had based on where she was, which was around 30 minutes. Over 40 minutes later I checked location again, and it showed wife's phone in a parking lot 4 minutes away. I called wife and asked where she was as it's past our agreed time, and she said she didn't know where she was, and didn't want to talk because she was listening to music, and said she'd be there to pick me up in 20 minutes. I shrugged this off, initially thinking I'm being paranoid and maybe she was working on a surprise, but after 10 minutes checked location again and her phone still showed at park. I felt a sense of dread and pit in my stomach and felt the need to drive the 4 minutes to ease my mind. As I approached I saw our car, and another car right next to it, which were the only two in the lot. I parked behind our car, and observed a female in the lap of the driver get up and move to passenger seat of the other car. Our car was not occupied. I got out of my car and started to approach other vehicle to try to confirm. They pulled off and the driver was a male, but unfortunately could not confirm passenger was wife. I snapped a picture of the vehicle driving away to have record of plates. I was shocked and didn't try to contact wife. Roughly 6 minutes later, wife calls from a number unknown to me.
Stay tuned for more.
Says she left her phone in the car, and her friend picked her up to go down the street and collect cleaning fee from one of her friend's customers. I did check location and phone was still at park, so I do believe wife left her phone in car. I asked that she stay at a friend's house tonight as I was shaken up about what I think I saw. She continues to deny she did any wrong, but my gut is telling me otherwise. Additional context: found wife sending nudes having inappropriate conversations with 6 people back in 2020. She said nothing ever became physical. I decided to forgive, with an agreement that I'd be able to check her phone occasionally if I felt something was off and it would help ease any anxiety I had about it. I checked it a few times, maybe once a month. But for the past several months, she has locked her phone and not allowed me access. She said the idea of me checking her phone gives her anxiety, and needed her privacy. I didn't agree, but have accepted it. Before I caught her cheating, I had never looked through her phone. I found the pictures because she left Snapchat reel open one day and was looping picture while open and sitting on our bed, and a nude pic caught my eye. Is there a chance wife is telling truth about not being the person I saw in the other car? Her denial of this has me questioning my own intuition, and I want to believe her, but I'm having a very hard time giving her the benefit of the doubt due to the circumstances. We are both in our 30s, married 5 years. Thoughts or suggestions on my next actions or how I should address this? Update. Thank you all who responded and reached out, it means a lot. Wife has been staying with a friend, and still hasn't admitted what she did. Hasn't needed any further either. I'm not sure that I need her to admit it. I know and accept what I saw is the truth.
Stay tuned for more.
I wanted to believe her so bad, I was questioning my own reality, and needed a sanity check. I'm not interested to know any further details about what happened at this point, it wouldn't change anything. I deactivated Facebook, and went to the gym. I'm still coping and working on next steps to move on. Still accepting advice and recommendations if you have any, and I'll update again as I get through this. Redditor's reactions update after. Redditor 1, her anxiety over you looking at her phone is probably because of what you would find. Redditor follow up. Yep, my wife can check my phone anytime, doesn't make me nervous. Can't see why it would. Sorry dude, your wife is up to mischief. Redditor 2, so, let me get this straight. 1. You had plans for wife to pick you up at work at 5 p.m. 2. At 4:30 you check her location. She's 30 minutes away. So far, so good. 3. Past 5:10 you check again and her phone is in a parking lot 4 minutes away. Odd. 4. You call. She doesn't know where she is, but shut up and go away because music. Give me 20 more minutes presumably to drive 4 minutes away. 5. Approximately 5:30. You check again and phone is still at park, 4 minutes away. Music must be really good. How long does a typical song last? 6. You drive to park.
Stay tuned for more.
Takes you 4 minutes. 7. Your car is there. parked next to another car which clearly has two people in it. The woman gets off the guy's lap as soon as they see you. They speed away. 8. You stand at wife's empty car for 6 minutes, then she calls from an unknown phone. Female friend had picked her up to go collect money. Apparently the good music is now done and she's bored, so instead of picking you up like you arranged, she meets up with an friend. 9. She continues to deny she's done anything wrong. What the hell has this woman done right? Certainly not live up to the agreement from her last batch of cheating. Why was she in this park in the first place? Plus, no woman I know leaves her phone in the car and takes off with a friend. That alone is highly suspect. And why take off with a friend, abandoning your car and phone, when you know your husband is waiting for you to come get him? None of this makes any friggin' sense. Maybe you couldn't 100% ID her in the car, but she's like the kid standing next to the open cookie jar, with crumbs and chocolate all over her face, who then denies she ate the cookies. You didn't see her put them in her mouth, but is there really any doubt?
Stay tuned for more.
There is zero chance she is telling the truth about not being the female in the other car. You want to believe her? You want to give her her privacy back? You want to stay with this poor excuse for a human being? If you stay, you're now going to get cheated on to an exponential degree, as she will then know she can get away with anything. If you must stay for now, start acting like her. Guard your phone. Text a friend and laugh, then lock your phone when she tries to look. It's a friend, nothing going on. Then disappear for hours with BS explanations. Car trouble that miraculously fixed itself. Got caught in a downpour and couldn't safely drive on a sunny day, no less. Don't answer her texts for long periods of time, then say you fell asleep. Guaranteed, she will not like it one bit, yet she's happy to dish it out. Next actions: gather evidence of her infidelity and contact a lawyer to begin divorce proceedings. When you're ready to file, contact only happens through attorneys. Redditor 3. If you would have looked into the car, you would have seen the head of your wife in the lap of a guy. When you then ask her what she does there, she will tell you that she dropped something at his feet and was trying to recover it. She lied to you when you called her, which says enough. I mean, if she didn't knew where she was, why did she then leave her car and left her phone behind in the car? Why not start the navigation app on her phone and find out where she is so that she can get to you? Man, the only music your wife was listening to was her playing the flute of a guy. Redditor follow up, right? If she didn't know where she was, then how could she tell somewhere where she was? Update: wife cheating again? Thank you very much to all taking the time to read and comment. I would be struggling way more without you.
Stay tuned for more.
I'm going to the gym every day and trying to keep busy and spending most time outside. Therapy on Wednesday. I believe that she is cheating, and it's pretty obvious to most, but it's a very hard pill to swallow. Even though I think she's cheating, she's still denying it, and planting seeds of doubt, however small, in my brain. She has been coming to the house when I'm gone, to see our pets and whatever else. Not sure who she's staying with and I haven't asked. We have been texting minimal stuff. When she leaves the house etc. she asked if I wanted a divorce, and I told her she hasn't left me much of a choice because of her cheating and lying. She denied it again, and said that she's been on her period, and offered to send a picture of her pad. I can't believe how dedicated she is to her denial. A lot of you have suggested that it may help us both if I put in effort to prove the truth where she couldn't deny it, or get her to admit it. I'm open to this, and I decided to visit the alibi friend at work today. We aren't close, but get along well. She hugged me but was nervous. I just said I wanted to talk and was very calm and friendly. I started asking questions, and she still covered for wife, but it seemed effed. We also talked about sometimes you lie for your best friend, and I respect that. That said, she slipped up several times, and her story is not straight. She surprisingly let me see her phone. Timeline did not match. No calls to from wife before the incident, only after, which contradicts both of their stories. I mentioned this and the friend said maybe she deleted them, which I don't buy. I also took screenshots of her phone as there were 3 calls during the time period of when this happened that I can look up. In hindsight, I should have checked text and messenger, but didn't want to lose trust with her.
Stay tuned for more.
We spoke for 45 minutes, and she said she wanted to help me, and would try to get me more info, and I said I'd visit again next week. Another key piece of info that she slipped. When I mentioned that I was thinking about going to see her mom, alibi friend lives with her mom, who loves me, she said her mom would be upset with wife, and she'd probably look at the Ring camera. I pretended like I didn't hear this as to not tip her off at the significance of this in hopes it won't be deleted if something exists. With that said, I think they only have one on the front door, and I've always gone to the back door the couple times I've been there. Should I ask her mom to show me Ring footage? Are there legit sites that could help me check these phone numbers? Any resources to help me look up license plate? Dark web? I've had a few pies reach out, but I'm super skeptical, and I imagine a lot of people in my situation are taken advantage of. If anyone has sleuthing resources and willing to help, please reach out. Am I wasting my time trying to prove the truth for my own validation? Would it be better to let wife get away with the gaslighting? What would you do? Edited to add, I have a 3-day Vegas trip for this weekend that was booked weeks ago. Should I tell her I'm going alone? Bring someone else? Redditor's reactions update after. Redditor 1, sorry you were going through this, man. I think you need to hire a pie that will have the resources to dig through phone calls, license plates, and locator apps and whatever is necessary. You need peace of mind. You need to know for sure. From what you tell Reddit, it doesn't look good, but this community tends to go harsh pretty quick.
Stay tuned for more.
Get some professional help to figure this out. Hope you enjoy the Vegas trip. Good luck. Keep us posted. Op answer. Thank you, much appreciated. I've emailed a couple pies with no response. Not much to update yet. Redditor 2, hey man, I'm glad you're following through with this. Not sure how I missed this update a week ago. I see you're wavering a bit and still hoping somehow to believe her. Here's my thoughts. Her having a period only means she managed to not get knocked up. Means diddly squat as to still having time with other men. The missing phone calls on Alibi's phone is enough proof to shatter your wife's story about getting a call to run an errand, but more important, no one has been able to give you a reasonable enough explanation as to why she would ditch you at work phone call or not to run said errand. Even if no cheating occurred, this is a huge lack of respect. She's cheated on you in the past, so if she has no respect for you, she will cheat again. And let's face it, she already has. Take those numbers you have from the photo you took of Alibi's phone call history and find out every one. Your wife called Alibi from AP's phone, there can be no doubt. As for Vegas, I assume you've already been. Hopefully not with your wife. Op answer. Hey, thanks so much for your comment. I think the post took some time to be approved. I agree with everything you said. Can you elaborate on the AP calling friend's phone? It makes sense, but would wife have friend's phone number memorized? She was maybe without her phone. Or maybe AP knows friend? Redditor 3, hope your Vegas trip went well, but I would guess your mind was elsewhere. Did she go with you? Not sure the cost, but getting a pie or other professional to sew some checking or tracking for you will pay off. I may have mentioned already, but you either need to prove she is cheating or not to ease your mind.
Stay tuned for more.
You can't keep living like this. It will eat you up. Please keep us updated and good luck. Op answer. Vegas was fun, and wife did not go, a friend went with me instead. I totally agree, and I'm working on easing my mind for sure. It's tough right now because she's not budging on her story. I appreciate you and will keep you updated. Update 2. Wife still cheating, 6 weeks since D-Day. Wife has not stayed at the house since, and we've had very little communication. More gaslighting, empty promises of proving innocence, and manipulation. She's realizing I'm not taking the bait anymore and has gone radio silent the past couple weeks. I was able to get more proof. I visited the alibi friend, and they had a change of heart and told me everything. Affair has been going on for a year, and the dude is married with a family. Wife doesn't know that I know. Tried to get phone records, but turns out wife changed account ownership without my permission and service provider says there is nothing I can do. She had all my passwords and access to everything. I have not spoken with an attorney or filed yet. I'm coming out of the shock stage and want to move on. Wife is willing to meet and discuss divorce terms. Anyone had success with a DIY uncontested divorce? I'm going to try to get a couple consultations lined up. What can I do to better educate and protect myself? Should I blow up the AP's world, keep it in my back pocket as a negotiation, or not mess with it? Obviously his partner deserves to know. I'm a bit scared of retaliation tbh. What would you do? Please help me not drop the ball more than I already have. Appreciate all your support. It's been rough. Reddit. Redditor's reactions. Redditor 1, it's hard to understand you. You caught your wife in the car with the man 2 months ago. You took your wife's phone from the car. Your wife made ridiculous excuses and talked.
Stay tuned for more.
You haven't started the divorce for 2 months. You don't know where your wife is sleeping. You haven't seen a lawyer, etc. Now you need time to digest, etc. If enough time passes, your wife will file for divorce that you cheated on her, hiding the evidence of her affair with app. Redditor follow up. His wife knows that he is hesitant to make the right moves. That is all that she has, his hesitation. Once that goes away and he becomes aggressive, the AP likely abandons her to save his own ass, and the WS will spend her nights wondering where the next shoe will drop from. Redditor 2, tell AP's wife ASAP and see a lawyer to guide you. Redditor follow up, yes. He needs to go on the attack. His wife is pulling strings because she knows that he will want to avoid making aggressive moves, like hiring a cutthroat divorce lawyer. Once he is on the attack, she had nowhere to go but retreat to save her ass. A good lawyer will use what she did with the phone account to gut her and may be able to force the phone company to release records. Redditor 3, blow up that Shoal's marriage like he did yours. After your divorce though. Redditor follow up, this is good.
Stay tuned for more.
Use telling the other spouse as a bargaining tool until the divorce is over. Once it's done, tell the AP's wife and let the chips fall where they may.